Oh, thank you for inviting us. We actually used to come here all the time, right, Thomas?
You don't hear her talking to you.
You better get your wife, man.
Ain't nobody gotta get me.
Let's just order. I just want to have a nice night.
I don't know how you do it, Ava.
I see she tells you everything, huh? Palace. You know what? I can't do this. And what y'all looking at?
Careful pushing a good woman too far.
Oh, Lordy, we are back. Jesus. Where my church music at? Boy, this needs some church music. This is crazy. Who keeps giving this man money? Oh my God. Why do they keep allowing this man and they keep letting him put Jesus' name and stuff? Jesus at this point is up in heaven like, why you keep putting my name on this, dog? I ain't got nothing to do with this, man. I'm just chilling. Every time I feel like Jesus ain't came back because Tyler Perry keep messing up the game, bro. Jesus.
You think he'd be close and they'd be like, you know what? Nah.
Yeah. Yo, Jesus be like, I'm about to come back. Nah, I ain't coming back while that Tyler Perry bull crap is out here. Hell to the no. Hell no. You know what I mean? Because, according to Tyler Perry, Jesus about to whip somebody's ass. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. But,
so, listen, I want to go ahead and say, we're not going to spoil this thing, but we have to talk in depth about that opening scene, though. We have to talk in depth about that.
Oh, this is what we can talk in depth about. All right, hold on. So before we get into that, let's talk initial impressions. First of all, did you see a trailer for this?
I did not. Even though I actually have a friend from South Florida who's back and forth between here and Atlanta who's in the movie, and he was dropping it like, hey, I made it, I'm in it. And he had lines and everything, but I still refuse to watch the trailer. You know how I am. So I did not see the trailer.
Okay. So I've only seen maybe 5 seconds of the trailer because if you saw, because we just played the trailer at the beginning of this, is that it's so, I'm like, oh, we got another man-hating movie. All right, I don't want to see this. Like, that was my, I don't want to have nothing to do with this man-hating, you know what I mean, psychopath, black character that's going to beat the crap out of women. I don't want to see it. I was out from the beginning. So when you dropped it in the group chat, I'm like, damn it. You know what I mean? Like, all right, cool. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to suffer through it.
Right.
I didn't want to see it, but I'm gonna suffer through it. Then I saw social media going nuts about this, I'm seeing black men standing up going, that's it, bro. I'm not doing it no more. Like, black men are saying, we are all not like this. Stop making movies like this. Why is it that every one of your movies we have to be some dirt ball bad guys? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting tired of it myself, and it's just crazy. So that's what my initial impressions was. Like, all right, this is gonna be bad.
So for me, my initial impressions, I think we all pretty much had the same. I just kind of dropped my head like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
That's pretty much it. I knew we was gonna watch it though, because it's what we do for you guys. For you guys,
if it wasn't for y'all, I would never touch. I committed myself to not watch another Tyler Perry movie years ago, and I've been holding true to my promise. So, like, you got me out here breaking my promises,
breaking
man.
the word. I'm with you. I was the same way. I was the same way, but
I wasn't gonna watch that Monopoeia movie that y'all watched. I wasn't gonna watch Acrimony. I wasn't watching none of that. And niggas said that somebody tried to tell me that Acrimony was one of the best ones he ever did. I said, I've never even seen it, and I know that's a lie.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
That's one of Tyler Perry's best films. Like, shut your mouth.
I mean, well, if they're saying it's better than what he normally puts out, then I would say it is. You could swallow it a little more, but it's still bad.
It's still bad. It's just that the black characters probably weren't broke. So people equated that to being better. Oh, all right, so you spent some money on a couple of Jaguars. They had some nice Armani and some nice clothes and a nice couple of condos and office.
I feel like we should do a Black Watch Theater with it now. You're like, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Your face.
I'll be there if you tell me, but like that is not something that I want. But if that's what we're gonna do, I will be there. I will drink and I will talk mad.
I think you would have a lot of opportunity to talk on that one because I was in the movie looking around at people like, y'all seeing this? Like, I don't even like talking in theaters. I don't want to be that dude. I'm not trying to be that nigga. But I was like, is anybody else seeing this?
Oh man, like, I hate the defense that people give it. Like, you know, there's people that like that, and you gotta respect. Like, no, bad is bad. I don't care how many people that like it. Nah, man, trash is trash, and
trash is trash.
You know, let's get into this fresh piece of. I don't even know if I want to call it trash. Don't know. I don't know. Maybe you can convince me one way or the other, sir. I am open to your interpretation and definition of things. Because maybe I might come out of this loving this film. You don't know.
You never know. Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna get into the highs and lows for me. So, the highs for me was that there was actually there was moments where in Tyler Perry's history he would miss little details, and I was thinking I was seeing it. I'm calling it out to the screen. I'm like, oh, what about this? What about that? No, wait. Didn't she pull up on her own car? And then you start seeing little things happen, or they'll say things. I'm like, it's almost like he knew somebody was fact checking, you know. So every time I say something, then I get a response, or it'll answer me, and I'm like, all right, Tyler Perry doing a little tighter this time. A little tighter this time.
He actually found out that there was a job called script supervisor, and then he was like, "Oh, that's how you do that." Oh,
right, to keep that continuity. Right.
Yeah, go hire somebody to do that job. I didn't even know that's how you did it. That's how the white people do it. Like,
that's how they do it. Yeah. So it was definitely a lot less moments of how the hell here. So that's a positive for me. I actually enjoyed Meagan Good, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna pull an Iris here. It's because I'm extremely attracted to her. I feel like she's so soft, and I just want to touch her everywhere. Okay, but I was in.
I wasn't ready for that. I didn't know that's not your type. I was not ready for that. What?
I'm a big fan of Meagan Good. So I was enjoying watching on the screen. You know what I'm saying? I was getting it, and I was getting invested. You know, but it that's pretty much the only real highs I have. You know, other than that, it starts to be the same old thing. Going into my lows, you know. I understand that there are some guys out there that are horrible, but I felt like he doesn't know how to write real men in these situations. You know what I'm saying? There was a guy that was his best friend that was letting him disrespect his wife, you know, multiple times. And I'm over here pausing it, trying to calm down, because if anybody, friends or not, disrespect my woman, we have to. It needs to be it needs to be addressed immediately, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was like you're constantly seeing all of these abusive, verbally abusive, manipulating situations, and everybody's just taking it, and there's nobody that's really like stepping up to make a genuine conflict about it. Like, I would rather the conflicts be those situations be met right then, and you find a creative way to keep writing more around it instead of just making everybody accept. Now, I get it. There's some people that aren't that way, but I felt like there had to be at least one, and there was. I mean, the one that was like that, they made sure he was never really on the scene. You know what I'm saying? So that was a problem for me. And then after all of that, you know, I was waiting for the title to fully make sense to me. Because when I first saw the title, I assumed it was a financial thing. You know how businesses are in the red and they're working to get to the black. And so when I saw the title, I immediately thought it was like somebody gonna get a windfall from a divorce in the black. The money gonna change some people, make people do some crazy shit over this money. You know what I'm saying? And nothing like that. So that was disappointing for me. So the title, and then I don't want to say what I thought. What I end up thinking, because that will end up spoiling something, but I didn't even get that either. And so basically, after all of that, I felt like it just, there was no reward. You know, despite the fact you had characters that were making poor decisions, despite the fact that you had you know, people that had a chance to have an influence on the story, I felt like it was very lazy because like I said, if you would have met those confrontations or those situations head on and found another way to create more problems, you would have had to actually do more thinking. You would have had to, the writing would have had to been stronger. And I felt like it was very lazy and very easy. And then the way it ended, I don't feel like the way they established the family, that negative family, I don't believe that it would just stop there. I don't believe that they have enough common sense to learn from the situation. And the way it ended, it was just like, that's it. That's all you're giving me. Like, I felt like it should have been one of those, this is a super fucked up, super sad ending. Like, damn, but because of the atmosphere that you created, the universe you created, it would have made sense. There's no way that there could have been a happy ending here, and that was my biggest low and my biggest problem. All the other things that Tyler Perry normally gives, you kind of expect it, so I kind of get immune to that. So that wasn't lowering my rating because I was expecting it, but the way it ended totally killed me. But that's all I got.
All right. I would definitely say that this film. Okay. Don't spoil it, Jay. Don't spoil it. Please don't spoil it. All right. The acting, decent. It's the normal. I don't know. Okay, so I don't feel like Tyler Perry or Tyler Perry's staff know how to direct actors and actresses. And I feel a part of that is there's not enough character development. There's not a character Bible where we get an understanding of the backgrounds of each person. So an actor knows how to pull together that. You know what I mean? A lot of these people these are not Juilliard actors. These is hood niggas that they want to be famous. So like they on there and they doing their best, kind of like, all right, so I'm black and country, right? All right, cool. Let me take my shirt off and put my onesie on, and that's me. And let me talk country, like yo, country, and drive a truck. Like it's not. There's no like, all right, I used to be in the military. I might have a little limp. I have a twinge from this. There's no nuance. That's the word for it. A lot of these characters are very surface. The only person, surprisingly, that has a lot of depth is Meagan Good. My guy's crush, which is weird, but it only is depth because this character is literally her in real life. This is a religious girl that is deep steeped in faith, probably comes from a good family, and falls in love with these broken men, as you've seen her deal with in the news. And she always trying to fix a nigga that's got a six-pack and a dick. So like, you know what I'm saying? So she's like, oh, this is me. You wrote this for me. All right, cool. I know exactly how to act this. I know how to act dingy. I know how to act airheaded. You know what I'm saying? I need to be, overly emotional and clingy because I really want you to be a part of my life. You know what I mean? She really plays this shit to a T. The guy, on the other hand, that plays her husband is going way too far. This is way too weird. Even though they try to explain it away in certain ways, but they don't do it good enough. So there's this really over the top character the entire film that technically should have been a serial killer. He should have murdered. At some point, it should have came out that he had some bodies stuck somewhere. The level of aggression and anger he had, that's the reason. Like, I ain't gonna lie, there was some tension in the first half of the film because I'm like, he about to kill his girl. Like that's the only thing. When I saw Divorce in Black, I'm thinking he gonna black her eye and put her in a hole somewhere, like, and throw some dirt over her. Like that's what I thought it was gonna be. So when there wasn't none, and we get to the wait, what? So you ain't with. Okay, and then the movie kind of takes this little turn, and then it kind of goes back into this stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is where, okay, cool, now niggas is gonna die. And then that movie ends, and I go, well, that don't make sense because you just showed us these psychopaths over here. It's a whole clique of these niggas that have nothing to live for and seem to enjoy causing muck, whether it be on their property or in a bar or anywhere. So they don't seem to have any care in the world for not going over the top because let me tell you something. As my man was about to talk about the opening scene of this film, it was established that this family ain't for no shit at all. We ain't going for no shit. We have gotten to our point of shit that we willing to take off of any group of individuals, no matter where we are. I have let me show you how far I'm willing to go. So at that point, I'm clutching my pearls because these niggas is crazy. They about to kill everybody. This is about to be a new, I'm thinking this should have came out on Halloween and I don't need to watch this shit. I don't know which one of those Jason films or the joint where the house with the crazy family in it and the inbred family. Yeah, that's what them niggas was. So we went from that to nothing. And it made me go, then why did we need all of that in the beginning? What was the purpose of this scene? And there were a few moments where, I get everything else in the film made sense. The opening scene didn't. Everything else made sense. Everything followed its patterns, with the exception of the husband's acting being a little bit over the top. I get it. He's probably Tyler was probably pulling on him to the side, like, yo, you're being too respectful. Like, yo, I need you to really curse her out. Like, he be like, you know what I mean? I'm quite sure niggas on the set like, yo, we ain't gotta go that far. Tyler's like, if you don't, I'm gonna take you in this back room and fuck you in the ass. So what you want? You want my dick, or you want to fucking do this scene? And this nigga went in there. he kept his man virginity. So, like, you know what I'm saying? I apologize. That was inappropriate. But like, that was inappropriate. I'm sorry. But to close out my highs and lows, this was actually kind of entertaining. If I wasn't black, I'd be entertained. Because I'm black and because I've even seen bad marriages happen and I've seen bad families do ignorant things. Like, I come from the hood. I still don't see niggas doing that. There is still a certain level of decorum. Even crazy motherfuckers that's over the top don't do this. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, to me, it's the same thing that we keep saying about Tyler. Like, bro, you make us look like shit. You love making us look like shit. You go out of your way to find the most disrespectful situations to put these characters into. And the only reason why they keep giving you money is because people keep getting mad. They hate watch. Or you got these really depressed, problematic people that get attached to these characters and they think this is real life and they want to mimic this, man. Like, this is not cool. If we, all right, I'll take it like this. First of all, if we have established that the husband had mental health issues, I would have gone along with this.
Okay.
If he could have toned down that ignorance just 30%, I wouldn't have been as offended. It still would have been effective. If you have, and I'll give you all a reason. If we had put mental illness into it, it would justify the over-the-top anger, the sproutiness. It would also justify why she stayed around so long. Because she could have been hiding it from everybody and trying to prop him up, and the mother doesn't know. So then she pulls him away from her. But what she don't know is the son. You know, it could be some shit like that. The son's taking pills. He be good most of the time, but mom says you don't spend time with me. You with that bitch, and then the funeral happens. They flip out. The mother insisted the son stay with her because she's broken. So now he's not taking pills. Now he's drinking. Now they hanging out late. So now what was the routine starts to throw him off. Then he go back. That whole situation. Now this makes sense. Now you're not disrespecting the entire black community by just creating empty, hollow-shelled, angry, stupid motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Now there's purpose. Now we've got a reason why things are happening, and this is not black trauma you're displaying. This is a human situation. And now I'm not offended. Now I'm brought in. Now I love this black man and I'm wishing him better. And I'm seeing how things fall apart. But it's like Tyler doesn't want to bring, it's just the black man is bad because he bad. All right, something happened to him, but we ain't got time for all that. I don't have time to clear his name.
Right.
We just want you to hate him. There is a reason. We're not going to get into it. We just want you to hate him. He's the problem. And no matter where we go in this story, he's always going to be the problem. The problem I saw, if you really want to know my opinion, and I hate the fact this is taking long, but
No, you good.
Meagan is the problem in this movie from the beginning. Meagan, why are you forcing this funeral on his family? And if you know that's not what they want, let them do what they want to do. That's number one. Number two, when your husband starts expressing, I don't want to be around these people. Obviously your husband hasn't liked these people doesn't like your homegirl and has like new. So why are you keep forcing this to happen? Oh, you're gonna be like that tonight. Please don't do that. Bitch, he was like that every time before. The way y'all acting. So why are you force feeding this? This is on you because you're trying to create a fairy tale. You're trying to force him to be something that he's not. Then when he demands the divorce, what is you broken up for? Like you've already established that there's been problems for a long time. So what is all of this crying and and then now all of a sudden, he's being himself, and then all of a sudden now you flip the switch and it's going, I'm doing for myself. I'm going back to running. That man ain't tell you not to run. You changed. And then and look. And this is crazy because in my mind, I'm saying it to myself during the story. She goes home and guess what the fucking mom and dad says? They co-signed everything I was thinking. They said, you decided to take him. You ran behind this fool. You changed yourself to be with him. They turned that, the whole second half of the film or the whole redemption part is them trying to say, hey, honey, let me show you videotapes of who you used to be.
Right.
Yeah, but you attached yourself to him and you changed. They didn't say he took you down the wrong path or he kidnapped you and no, you chose to. And they said you always wanted to fix some shit. And then she said, well, I wanted to emulate what y'all had. And they was like, well, why didn't you pay attention? Because this is how I treat women. So why didn't you choose somebody that emulated what I emulated into your mom? Like, this whole film was self-explanatory of why she's the bad guy. What are we doing here? Like, this is crazy. So anyway, at the end of the day, that black man needs some help. Y'all need to stop demonizing mental health in black men. And Meagan Good needs to go to jail because of this film. Because you abused the black man and you tried to force him into a life that he didn't want to live. And instead of getting that man help when he really needed it, you kept dragging him into your fairy tale to try to make him what you wanted him to be. And that fucked up.
I mean, he made that comment in the beginning, is like, you keep trying to make me somebody I'm not.
He don't want to have no big. And here's another thing. This is why another reason why I call bullshit on this story. That's a $700,000 home. Easy. Her house, not the parents' house. Her house is like $700,000 to $800,000. That's a huge. That house is huge. She's a banker, and he's a what? He's a nothing. How can you afford this fucking house? Is your dad transporting cocaine or somewhere? Like, what is going on? Like, this doesn't make sense at all. And then, like, I thought the main character husband and a best friend husband, I thought they was beefing at first, and then come to find out they best friends. I'm like, y'all wasn't best friends at the dinner table. Like, this is bugged out. So anyway, all right. I'm trying to.
But let me ask you.
That opening scene, but go ahead. Ask your question and then go into the opening scene.
Okay, so my question to you was, though, because when we're watching Tyler Perry, this is what we constantly get. So for me, it was like I was just basically okay, and then it dropped off at the end. Was was this stuff always bad for you, or were you just like, here we go again, and then the end? At what point did it fall off for you, or were you just not accepting it from jump?
The first dinner and the whole him screaming and leaving, that's when it fell off for me. Like the opening scene established a new level of crazy that I hadn't expected, or I wasn't ready for that. So I was like, I actually kind of like, you know how you buckle yourself in. I was like, okay, cool. We got something going on. Tyler lost, baby. I
was about to go to the bathroom, and normally if I'm not interested, I'll tell Jessica, just let it play and let me know what I missed. I stopped. I was just standing there like, oh shit, is this guy? I said, you know what? Pause it. Because after that scene ended, I was like, we might be getting some shit here. Like, I said, pause it.
I said, man, we might got a Tubi movie going on here. Like, this is Tyler Perry and this Tubi best. And then, like, when it goes into the next scene and then it's the dinner, I'm like, that's where it fell off. But it's like, here we go. Here's the Tyler Perry playbook. This is the Tyler Perry character book. And every scene from that point on was Tyler Perry. This is Tyler Perry cutting. This is all right. Let's crowbar some Christianity in here. Let's crowbar some passages of the Bible. Here's the good black guy that don't want to touch you, but y'all niggas is in y'all 30s, grown ass motherfuckers. And then, you know, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. Like, you know what I mean? It was all stereotypical. There was nothing unexpected after the deal. Like, once that man sat down at that dinner and that went crazy, I said, all right, we right back to Tyler Perry land. And this was all very predictable and very sad.
I know. It's after getting that kind of a shock to your system based on what Tyler Perry gets you in the open sequence, because it actually gave me a little hope, like, well, we might. And it fell right back in, yeah. So
fell right back in.
I'm with you on that one.
So now, opening scene, greatest Tyler Perry opening scene in history. You understand me?
Absolutely.
This opening scene deserves an Emmy. It deserves an Oscar. It deserves a Tony. It needs to get a Grammy. You know what I'm saying?
Just give it all.
Like, just get all of them. All I had to say is I don't give a shit. Fuck this shit. Granny, well, Mom Dukes decides that she don't want to fuck with this church no more. She ain't fuck with y'all niggas in the first place. She said, take my son out of that stupid fucking coffin, and we gonna carry him out of here. The sons collectively said, huh? And they was like, wait a minute, hold up, mama. She jumped up out of, now mind you, these dudes they not that much bigger than her because she a big black woman, but these dudes could have taken her down easy. She jumped up and said, what I tell you? And then started stripping. Took the wig off. She said, all of this crap y'all gave me, I ain't asked for none of this shit. I was like,
I don't need it.
I don't need it. And I'm sitting here like, why are we experiencing this right now? Why is this happening? What is going on? Like, this is insane. I was, and Meagan Good genuinely looked scared. Like maybe they screamed on her or something before the shot started. But then also I kind of understand because the preacher did go over. He was like, he came at
him.
Disrespected. He disrespected. So like it was kind of like an eye for an eye moment, but I wasn't ready for that. I honestly wasn't. I said, hold on, somebody apologize. Somebody go, don't let that man take. Oh, y'all took that body up out of there. Oh my God. And then they were struggling with that motherfucker. I love the fact that they were struggling with it. All right, come on, I got it. You got the leg. Come on, man. They bumping into each other. All right, come on, man. Get this motherfucker. Get his leg. I was like,
people screaming, crying.
Yo, niggas was passing out. I would have been doing that shit too. I would have passed out. I probably would have thrown up.
Like, what the hell? Yeah.
And then buried him in the front yard
with a skid steer,
like a dead parakeet or a puppy. They just buried this nigga in the front yard in a shallow grave, no less.
Right. But they said that's what the rest of them met too. So I mean, I was like, I can't tell. It looked like y'all we got some grass now.
Lord.
It was definitely a shallow grave. That was a shocker for me. I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Yo, and then like I'm not gonna give up too much, but I could literally go scene for scene and go, why are you doing this?
Mhm.
Why are you doing that? The nigga told you to take your ass home. Why are you gonna follow this? A man that has a history of abuse. If you are an abused woman,
Mhm.
you're not gonna go, let me go up here and to the bar where I know because he was drunk when I left him.
Right.
Let me go follow him to the bar and get him to come home.
Right.
You're
That-
gonna leave that nigga right where he at. That's
That
not,
was what was bothering me the most about the character is that you would think after being with him all those years and being abused, she would be super sensitive to what may trigger him. Like when when she saw her old friend outside the bar, hey, there's no way. I was already feeling it. Like you get the fuck away from him because you already know what it's gonna look like.
I was like, why are you about to hug this nigga, dog? Like, what are you doing? Cause it's him and the brothers.
Right.
All of these ignorant niggas that just dragged a body out of a church earlier that day. Let us, once again, we've established a bar of crazy.
Right.
I'm not playing like, I just seen these niggas carry a body out and then dig a hole and throw that nigga in it. I'm not touching you. Hey, bro, it's good seeing you.
Right.
All right, dap it up. You know what I
It
mean?
would have made more sense if she was so scared to talk to him, but he didn't get it. Like, oh, where you going? I ain't seen you forever. And she trying to get away from him. Like, no, it's good talking to you. I'm trying to get in the car. And then her husband still read the wrong way. But they never actually really established that she fully accepted that she's in this type of scenario. And I just thought that was poorly written on the character.
And because what they were trying to do, they spent so much time trying to make her look innocent. They spent so much time trying to make her look like she did nothing wrong. She was completely innocent. And that's not what makes a good character. And that's not what makes a good fucking story.
Right.
Because nobody is ever 100% innocent. And all the shit you wrote made her look mad guilty throughout this whole film. Now, if Tyler Perry comes out and says, aha, gotcha, I wanted Meagan Good to be the bad guy, then I'd be like, oh, you a diabolical genius. But I know he's not about to do that shit. He's not about to do that shit. He ain't gonna do that shit. He's gonna be like, no, that's not what I meant. No, that's not what it is. That's not the purpose of the. Oh, no, I just wanted to really talk. I just wanted to give something that people gonna enjoy. Like, nah. But and that's what really kind of brings down what could have made this great. So yeah, but at the end of the day, it's not so bad that I wouldn't watch it again. I could be persuaded. So that brings us to our most important part of the show. Hold on, let me see something. We gonna get this right now. You know what I'm saying? Because this real reviews. We ain't playing no games. We gonna show y'all what it's all about. Is it a classic? Is it a good watch? Is it a catch on streaming? Is it not doing it for me? Is it a you motherfucker? Or if you ever show me this ever again, I will you. And sir, what is your rating?
So I'm gonna have to give it not doing it for me. It's not as bad as I probably made it sound. It's not doing it for me. I can understand if somebody took something from it. There is stuff on Tubi that is on the same level that I would give more grace, but they also don't have the resources that Tyler Perry has, which is why I'm so hard on it. So not doing it for me.
I 1000% agree with you. I'm right there. It's not doing it for me. It borderlines on oh hell nah. You know what I'm saying? But it just if it wasn't for that opening scene, it would be oh hell nah.
I was just about to say those exact same words. It's like that carried me a little bit.
Oh, we got some real shit going on. Like, man, that's crazy.